right, welcome back. We've been talking about we're going back to school here in the next couple days. That means thinking of things to pack in that lunchbox. Here to help us out, Mariefiebach with Feed Your Family Tonight. We're talking about feeding our family for lunchtime. How you doing?
That's right, I'm doing so well. Today is the first of a two-part series. You know, the Feed Your Family Tonight Facebook group has asked for some lunch packing tips. So today I'm starting with kids' lunches, and next week I'm going to talk about adult lunches because we all have to eat, right? So today I'm going to talk about my blue bin. This blue bin has changed the way I fix lunches. I like to prep when I am cleaning up my dinner dishes and I get most of the things ready. My kids' favorite lunch is leftovers, so I pack them in these little glass containers and then I can microwave them straight in the glass containers. And I put anything that goes into the lunchbox that is cold inside this blue bin, and it goes in my refrigerator. So in the morning, I can pull it out and just start dropping it into lunch boxes. Now, there is a proper way to use a thermos, and a lot of people don't know this, but they work better if you heat them up first. So I take my thermos and I heat up water. This is water that was boiling in the microwave, and you pour it into the thermos and let it just sit there for a few minutes. I do the water first and then I microwave the food. This one has been heating up, and then this is what I do. This is the adult trick for the kids, is you can heat up your coffee mug, your to-go coffee mug, so that your coffee stays hot longer with the leftover from your kids' thermos. Then after you've microwaved your food, you put it into the thermos and it will stay hot, but almost more importantly, it will stay food safe temperature. You don't want your kids eating food that's been sitting in that danger zone for too long, and so this keeps it hot and safe. This was my chicken tacos, which is what we had last night for dinner. Leftovers are my kids' favorite thing. And over here is something that I would pack with it. So these are little containers that I just get at the store. They're not expensive. They're kind of semi-disposable, and they have different compartments, and I fill them with different treats. So if I'm doing tacos, I have this one here that has tortilla chips, a little bit of cheese and salsa and some lettuce and tomato, and my kids can pair that with that taco meat, and it makes kind of a full lunch. This one here, yesterday I was on the show and I made hummus, and so we have some leftover hummus here with some watermelon and pita chips, and you can see I have these little silicone muffin liners. They work to kind of divide that bigger container if you need to add a little something extra.
Sure. And that hummus, by the way, is delicious. You can find that video at cake.com as well.
Yes.
As you can find all of Marie's segments.
So I'm going to also talk a minute about water bottles. There are two main kind of water bottles that you can get. Some that are insulated that don't sweat, and some that aren't insulated. And if you have a kid that has water bottles at the desks, a lot of the schools are letting you take water bottles to the desk. You want something that is insulated so that it doesn't sweat on their desk. But in their lunchbox, I like the ones that aren't insulated because it works kind of as a chilling, and I put it straight in the lunchbox and it helps keep cold things cold. So I pack that, and then I usually pack ice packs. And I have different ice packs. I really prefer ones that are thin rather than ones that are thick because they slide into the side of the lunch bag better. And I pack all of my cold things on one side, and then I put my napkin, sometimes I write a little note, in between the cold things, and then I add my hot on the other side, and that napkin gives just one layer of insulation. So Shane, I have one last tip. Buy some real silverware rather than using plastic. You can get it at the dollar store for like 2 for $1, or you can get them at estate sales or garage sales. Don't use your regular silverware, but it's so much easier for your kids to eat if they have a real fork rather than a plastic fork. And so that's one of my biggest tips for school lunch boxes.
Wow.
Perfect.
That's huge. And there I was in school with my cheese sandwich, you know. I don't know what I was missing out on all these years. Marie, well done. Nice to know that your kids are so well taken care of. Our kids can be as well. A little bit of tip, never hurt anybody, especially from the Feed Your Family Tonight cookbook.
That's right. The Feed Your Family Tonight cookbook has a lot of things that are geared for using planned leftovers for your lunches the next day. And that meal planning notebook available at feedyourfamilytonight.com actually lists where you do some of your prep, and I prep my lunches when I clean up my dinner dishes. My cutting board's already dirty and my kitchen is already a mess. It's so much easier. You're already in the kitchen and it saves you time.
Good advice, good advice. You can find more advice just like this on the Feed Your Family Tonight Facebook group as well. Again, this is where some of these ideas came from. You said you wanted some lunch ideas, so here's Marie giving it to us. Marie, thank you so much. We'll see you next Tuesday right here on Good Morning Kansas. I'll be right back.